First thing I want to talk about is your stance and your pro stance positioning when someone is playing directly behind you. A lot of times we are fighting too much to get open when their whole main goal is to keep them between you and the hoop. So basically we don't have to work real hard to get open. It's just what we have to do after we catch it, which is going to be a little bit more difficult. So in our pro stance, what we're going to look for is our footwork just to be parallel to the passer, a little bit, or perpendicular to the defensive player. So I'm looking for my feet basically in between their feet, because again, I can fight to get my foot above theirs, but I really don't have to, because they're just going to be in a position where they're trying to stay between you and the hoop and body you up a little bit more, instead of playing at an angle where you can go right into a drop step to the baseline or go right into the middle. So they're trying to prevent those two moves by staying between you and the basket. So we want to take advantage of that by first how we're going to get open and the positioning that we're going to hold. So real quick, I'm just going to show you just a quick little footwork thing that you can check on Synergy or on your game film as far as the footwork that we can get a little bit half step advantage on the defender, which will incorporate to our different moves. Now our pro stance move, what you want to be looking for is not really catching the ball with our back to the basket as such, but more in a pro stance. So if this is my defender right here in between these two chairs, I want to, instead of catching the basketball here or having my footwork in this position, I want to be more where I have an advantage here. So again, they're going to be standing in this position. If this is the defender's feet, I can be positioned here. And again, I'll be in a pro stance out wide here, so I can catch a pass from the top of the key. Or again, if they're on the wing, I might be able to adjust a little bit just to be more comfortable being straight with the hoop. But again, this is going to give me, when you guys clear out on the weak side for you here, they can make this entry pass into you up top, which you didn't do against you and I, where you missed a lot of opportunities where they're up a little bit higher, because they can give you this target hand here. So now when you catch that basketball, you can rip. Now again, if I catch it here, again, they can just have their arm around. It makes this target a little bit smaller compared to if I lower my foot a little bit between the defender's feet. Now I have a little bit half step advantage to get closer to my shot pocket, or it's going to be a little bit closer when I want to rip and go, or when I want to go into a jab step, into a cross step. So this is going to just give you a little bit of advantage. Instead of being here and trying to work, they're giving you that space. They're allowing you to catch the basketball. So we want to take advantage of that by making it easier being here. Now if the passer is right there and you have some space, again, it might be more your back to the basket, and now you might have to adjust, but I can still, knowing how they're defending me, catch it here, because they're going to live with you facing up. So you want to take advantage of that and make them pay by hitting some 5-6 footers, okay? They're not probably going to allow you as much getting inside the lane. So I can take advantage of that by being here. If the ball's up there, I might be completely perpendicular to that defender. Now, their defensive position's right here. They're allowing you to catch the basketball, so I can have my footwork here without them really stealing the basketball, because my target hand is way out here. Now, if they do happen to steal or go for the steal, that's where we can easily spin off. But they're not going to allow you to do that. They're going to make you go through them or try to face up a little bit more, so we want to take advantage. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is the first go-to move when I square. It's just a square and shoot. Now, sometimes it's going to have to be quick, where we're off balance, kind of that Dirk series. But a lot of times, the defense is going to allow you just to catch, square, and shoot, and take your time and be under control. So we don't have to shoot a quick off-balance jumper and make that shot any more difficult than it has to be. I can actually be able to take my time, catch, square, and shoot, because now you're just playing more one-on-one. And you have to think of it too. The better post-defensive player they are, probably the worse guard face-up defender they are. So they're not going to know what to do as easily if you face up. So their goal, again, is listening to coach, keep them out of the lane, stay between you and the hoop, stay down on the floor, make them shoot over you. We're going to take advantage of that by using this pro stance, facing up, taking our time, not shooting an off-balance shot, not having to shoot it quick, because the defense is giving us that shot, so we're going to take it. Basically what I'm going to do, I'm just going to go back and forth a little bit and just show you how that pro stance is into a square up and some different moves we can do off of that. But again, it's not going to be, 100 miles an hour having to be real fast, okay? we're gonna take our time, catch square, read the defender, and shoot. Sometimes it might be over the top where I catch here and I square over the top, hands are down and shoot if I'm close or if I feel comfortable with that. Or it's gonna be a pro stance, I'm catching that basketball, I square and shoot. We probably don't have to a lot of times catch it here and be off balance a little bit and shoot the dirt with our body sideways, because that's just gonna make that shot a little bit more difficult. I'm gonna be squared up, defender's probably gonna give us some space and then shoot. Now if they crowd us, then we can go. But we probably, unless I'm close and you feel like you've developed that shot well enough where you can shoot it off balance, we're gonna be able to square and shoot the basketball. So these are just gonna be different versions of catch, square, and shoot. And again, longer arm defenders, okay, where they super long arms, I might have to give more violent fakes, more quicker, sharper fakes to get them off balance. Again, it's just like if a defender is squared up to me and I'm on the perimeter, I'm gonna have to use some jab steps to get them off balance. Longer arm defender, they got more space, they can cover more ground, so I wanna be probably using some violent fakes to square up a little bit, so it might even turn into a square and jab into a shot, or I'm trying to rip quick and then take my time shooting against that longer arm defender. Again, instead of fighting and pushing and shoving, I'm saying I'm knowing what they're doing. Okay, and again, against better competition, if you're in the NCAA tournament, you're going to get Florida's big guy. They're probably going to make you score one-on-one and just take everybody else away. You get your 25, but they're going to limit everybody else, possibly. So again, we want to be able to face up, make them pay, get by that initial defender. Now you're becoming a playmaker for your teammates. Okay, so this is an easy way. Instead of being here, here's my target here, or even if that pass is coming from there, I'm catching that basketball. And again, I'm catching, I feel as if they're just going to be between me and the hoop. I don't feel a lot of body-to-body contact, so I can catch. And on this pass here, I've created a small closeout here. I catch square, and I'm shooting. That's my first initial read. Again, over here, I think this is what will be easier for you since you left foot, pivot foot. Okay, so now when I catch here, easy go-to moves when I catch and gather, see that he's between me and the hoop, quick square, and shoot. Again, I can use the glass, depending on my positioning. I might be out a little bit wider, a little more comfortable. They're giving me this one, so I'm gonna take it. Out a little bit wider. Again, if I go over the top and look, get rid of that basketball quickly before that double team gets here in case they want to. If I catch it in deep, all of a sudden the defender, that double team's coming, I can go in and catch it, get it off quick. Farther away, again, I'm single covered, I'm here, I can catch that pass up there, they can enter into me, cut off, I can take my time, I might rip through low, if there's somewhat one arm like play, rip through low, into my shot. One other thing, especially against Illinois State, reading that defender's arms. He has a longer arm defender, his arm's in your shot pocket. Again, he doesn't know what you're doing. He's just trying to use his arm to get in your shot pocket. We can rip through, draw the foul, get that chicken wing out, draw that foul, get to the free throw line. So again, against Illinois State, this happened probably 3 or 4 times. We caught it on this block. When I ripped through, his shot pocket was here. I could easily just went right underneath it, caught squared underneath it, drew the foul. Okay, so that's, again, not reading the help side as much, reading your defender in between. Okay? He's going to be sitting in between you and the hoop. That's what you're reading as far as that pro stance move. Okay? But on positioning, again, you want to make sure when you're in that pro stance, you know they're letting you catch the basketball. That means you can catch it wherever you want, up the lane or down the lane. The lower you are and closer to the block, as far as being parallel to the baseline, the lower you catch it, it's going to limit your options as far as when we have to catch and go baseline. So we want to make sure we're probably at least halfway up the block on that catch. And again, they're going to let you catch it there. We just want to make sure we're aware of where we're catching that basketball. That's going to give you more options. So if I catch it here in a pro stance, Now when I look to sweep, I'm already low and below the rim, so I have to come back and the defense can anticipate that. If I'm up the lane a little bit more and knowing that they're playing me that direction, so even if I catch my back to the basket and I'm getting shoved out, now if I'm up the lane a little bit and I square up, now when I go, if I can create that angle, now I can go in for a shot, or even if I'm up farther and a little bit more away from that lane or away from the block, I still have even more space. So again, as you guys are spread out more, I'm catching that basketball even here. Now when I rip and go, I have more of a lane here. So if we get caught too low, again, that just going to limit us as far as where we can go and create opportunities to score. So I want to make sure I'm getting up the lane, work up the lane, let them push me out this direction if that's fine, okay, if that's what they want to do or if that's what's going on. So when I rip, I have an angle. If I'm too low, I'm seeing that I'm going out of bounds and they're going to be cutting me off. So where I catch that basketball and how I position is going to be important too. That's a point I forgot about last time, is sliding up the lane a little bit more. You might be setting that down screen here. Here's your seal. Okay, now I can catch it. Now I can rip. And now I have some room to maneuver along the baseline, and it will go into our setups for multiple. Another easy thing to use then, after you caught, squared, and shot, longer arm defenders again, or you might shoot on that just average size, stronger defender where I can catch, square, shot fake, then I can look to drive, or we'll use a rocker step where I'll catch, I'll fake the go with a quick jab step into a shot fake, they react to it, then I put the ball down on the floor, and we'll just kind of go through a few multiple moves that you can use. So again, I can catch, square, shot fake, just to draw that defender in closer, get them up in the air a little bit more. Maybe if I'm just not feeling that, you know, where I'm at on the floor, I don't feel real comfortable. Again, they're thinking that you're a shooter, you get squared up, they're gonna react. Northern Iowa's great with their closeouts running at you. Get their hand up so you can drive and get your shoulders lower than them. So again, if I'm out of my shooting range in that face up where I'm in that pro stance, draw that defender in closer, okay? Or just get them off balance against a taller, longer arm defender, raise them up, get them up in the air, maybe draw a foul, shot fake one time, get them up, jump into them, draw another foul, okay? Just an easier way, instead of just trying to bang, bang, bang against them, I can use my smarts now out on the perimeter from 8, 10 feet, 12, 15 feet away to create an easier shot for myself. Again, this side for me is not as good because I don't use my right foot as much as my left. My left foot pivot foot's gonna be a lot more comfortable for me. Again, that's why I probably use a left foot pivot move, kind of that Dirk series we talked about before, just using your left foot only. But again, when I square up, I'm comfortable enough on this side that I can catch, square, and on a shot fake, I can dribble left, pull up, and I can throw stance, shot fake, I can go right, one dribble into a jump hook or pull-up jumper. Right hand side over here. If I quickly fake go, shot fake, and then go back. Now we're using that left hand, left, right. One real good move I think would be good for you along the baseline in case you get stuck is using the Stoudemire or the dash outside pivot move. We catch it here. And we start to drive, and I'm getting stuck underneath the hoop. I'm back around for that jump hook. So again, if I get stuck too low, it's an easy go-to move. Defender thinks they got me. As I catch, and I step back and step by, or I catch, I gather, and now I go. They're boxing me out. They think they got me here. I've got the guy filling in behind for the pitch out, or I can come back